I'm a 31-year-old woman, single, and I work full-time as a financial controller for a mid-sized logistics company in the suburbs. 2 months ago, I had laparoscopic surgery to treat an ovarian condition I'd been managing for years. It wasn't life-threatening, but it was painful, and the procedure required time to recover, both physically and mentally. I planned ahead like I do with everything. Froze meals, deep-cleaned my apartment, made lists, even lined up my sick leave to ensure I had 2 full weeks to rest without worrying about work. And Denise offered. My older sister, Denise, is 34. She has 2 young kids, a golden retriever that sheds like crazy, and a husband named Bryce who works long shifts in construction. We've never been especially close. We don't fight, but we don't bond either. Her offer came out of nowhere. She said I should recover at her house, that it'd be more comforting, and I'd have family around to help. I hesitated. She said I was being dramatic. I said okay. The first night at Denise's, I realized how wrong I'd been. The guest room had old wrapping paper shoved under the bed, out-of-season clothes still hanging in the closet, and toys stuffed behind the door. The sheets smelled faintly of dog. I tried to stay grateful. Denise brought me soup from a can and said she was too tired to make anything more. The dog barked half the night. Her kids fought over whose turn it was to use the iPad. I hadn't even unpacked my meds and I already wanted to go home. The second day, the comments started. Must be nice to nap all day while the rest of us work. Look at you, pampered princess. You sure this surgery was even necessary? I ignored them. I focused on resting. But it kept coming. If I asked for a quiet room to lie down, she'd roll her eyes. If I reminded her I wasn't supposed to lift anything heavy, she'd mutter about how she did laundry after giving birth. I even caught her mocking my recovery to Bryce when she thought I couldn't hear her from the hallway. Then came the moment I couldn't shake. I fell asleep on the couch one afternoon, still sore and dizzy from the meds. I woke up to Denise's youngest, a 4-year-old with a toy fire truck, climbing on my stomach. The pressure made me gasp. I tried to sit up but winced and froze. Denise stood in the kitchen sipping from a mug, watching. When I asked her not to let the kids jump on me, she shrugged. Maybe you're not fit to be alone if you can't even handle a toddler climbing on you. Denise had always hinted that I was too independent for my own good, but this was the first time she said it so openly. That sentence burned. She wasn't just talking about recovery. She was talking about me. It's about how I live. About not being a mother. It's about not needing help. About not needing her. She saw me as weak or broken, or just less than her. I packed my things that evening and told her I had a work emergency. She barely looked up from her phone. No hug. No goodbye from the kids. I got into my car, drove home, and cried for the first time in years. Not from pain, but from the sheer humiliation of it. And here's where it gets complicated. Denise doesn't know that for the past year and a half, I've been the one paying the remainder of their mortgage every month. Our grandfather set up a trust fund before he passed, meant to support Denise and her children, with me as the executor. The condition was clear. I could cut off payments if I ever felt the money was being misused or that Denise wasn't acting in good faith. She never asked where the money came from. She assumed it was the trust distributing directly, but it wasn't. It was routed through a holding account I control. She thought it was automatic. It wasn't. I'd always justified the payments because the kids deserved a stable home. But after what happened, I started thinking about the trust's exact wording. Support may be suspended at the executor's discretion if the beneficiary engages in manipulation, deceit, or persistent irresponsibility. I opened a private folder on my laptop. I started documenting everything. The comments, the dismissiveness, the laughter, the way she mocked me, the way she treated my health like a punchline. I reviewed the financials, her unnecessary